And if you look at some of them, their demands, among other things, they still want to see that oil blocks ownership must reflect 60% for people from oil-producing states.
The key thing about their demands, which I thought was very sophisticated, was one key demand was that the IOCs, the mother countries of the IOCs, have to be part of the mediation team. I think that was good because why? Because the issue they're raising is the issue of distrust. Recently, the president wrote an article in the Wall Street Journal, and the three things he said were restoring trust, rebalancing the economy, and what they call regenerating growth. These are the three R's. The issue of trust is very important. That's why those chaps are saying that they want international bodies to be part of the dialoguing. And that's key, because we have example precedents of East Timor in Indonesia, where you have to bring other bodies in.
And you know, sorry to butt in, now that you're also talking about the matter of trust, so it then also means an indictment on those CLOs, because they've always had community liaison officers between the communities and the IOCs, the international oil companies.
This is the good thing about President Buhari's government. Corruption has corrupted our minds, that people were ready to even sell their people. So this is why these problems, those who are supposed to represent the people, as someone mentioned in their program just now, is that they've not fairly represented the people.
So they smell some kind of sellout.
Pardon?
They smell some sellout.
No, it's corruption. You see, for example, there are those who want to cash in on this dialogue now, who want to be members of the dialogue because they want to reposition themselves, they want to play politics, and that is why I think it is dangerous. That this is why the likes of the man leading the federal government delegation, Ibekachuku, it's one example. People like Fashola, people like that, are not people who go and be playing politics with things that is very dangerous. So the people you are mentioning have never helped the Niger Deltans' main interests. Where we are now is that we have a president who we see has integrity. What he needs to be advised that he should not hide behind some advisors who seem to have caged him. He should reach out more than he's doing.
Let me even ask, I mean, do you think that all of the groups, maybe let me say the militant wing that has arisen, that they've come up over time, have they helped the cause? Because look, take for instance now the agitation. For some time we had the NDDC, we'll have the amnesty program, we have a number of these interventionist programs. And I've heard people say, look, those interventionist programs do not necessarily address the problem.
You are right.
But then, why is it then that when some of those programs are created, because the last one was the amnesty one, when it was created, certain groups calmed down. So is it that they know that if those programs are not solving the problems, so does it mean then that certain people are just feeding from this and not necessarily addressing the problem?
I think you are pointing to what is at stake. Someone stays somewhere and thinks that, how do I manipulate these people? Let me give them one gift, one bone. They can be like a dog. And that bone, when they're chewing the bone, the main problem won't be dealt with. And that's why this issue would always be, will continue to recur. What is necessary really is for the government to go to the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is that the constitution we have now is corruptive, in the sense that in the center of the mode of revenue generation, there's a big lie. The big lie is that the main source of the revenue you are saying does not belong to the people who owns it. That's a lie. And it is the implications of this lie falsehood we're living, that is coming back to haunt us in different directions. So we need to deal with the issue of going back to what we had in the First Republic, the 1963 Constitution, whereby people own their resources, they pay due tax to the center. This is the practice all over the world. Why is Nigeria an exception?
So what is the demand? What do you think will solve the problem? Is it owning their resources and paying taxes, or meeting up with some solutions as, okay, continue the amnesty program when you dialogue with them, let the university in Okeko continue, or continue with some of those other programs? Which of the two?
No, the immediate thing is that government has to honor what past government has done. You cannot discontinue that. That's immediate. But the real solution to it is this. It is not a decision that can be decided by Abuja or anywhere. It is a decision, when you have a decision as this, you move from indirect democracy, which we are now practicing, to direct democracy. What do I mean? Well, the choice before us, really, is to do what is going to happen next week in Britain. A referendum, in my own humble, a referendum which will be done in the 6 regions. The referendum is a choice between, people should be asked, do they want the status quo of the 1990 military imposed constitution, or will they want a constitution coming out from the 2014 National Conference recommendations? Let the people decide that.
But have you heard that argument that they say, look, different groups in this country actually want to stay together, but on their own agreed terms?
Want to stay together? Oh yes, that's what I'm saying. We're saying the same. I'm saying, don't decide on the people. Do a referendum. Why do I say so? In the last national conference, it addressed so many of the issues, the so-called Fulani herdsmen's genocidal attacks on the Middle Belt and the South.
But you didn't address this key issue.
It addressed all. It addressed all.
But I thought they referred ones to a certain committee which was going to be set up.
They addressed, look, they addressed all. For example, take for example the issue of regional self-government. Unlike the present practice where someone from Abuja would define or impose what regions, they are saying, the report says that people can by their own choice organize a referendum. If 2 states want to be together, they can be together. It is bottom up, not down up. You see, if you read that report, really, which I'm surprised that the president, I'm told, said he's put it in an archive.
Why are you surprised?
Why am I surprised? That because in the APC manifesto, it's written that they're going to restructure.
Because don't forget that you're a member there, but
yes.
Also don't forget that the APC as a political party did not send a representative or representation to that conference.
There were many people in APC today who were in that conference.
Not on behalf of the political party.
No, that's one. The president is not the president of APC. He's the president of me and you.
So do you think the party? You know why I wanted us to look at the background. The president
has to realize that he's the president of everybody.
Do you think that the party, sorry to cut you there, do you think that the political party APC is foisting its decision made at that time not to be part of the conference on him not to look at that book?
Could I ask you this? I would suggest you invite some APC leaders to your interview. You'll find that it is not all APC. Because if it is all APC, Atiku wouldn't say what he said recently. Atiku came out clearly to say that this country needs to be restructured.
But he's been saying that since 2008.
No, he's APC member, leader.
Yeah, but I said he has been saying that since 2008.
So that's what I'm trying to say is that, you cannot say, it is not everybody in APC that is, that does not recognize the fact that we need to return our country to federalism. Ambode recently, a few days ago, said the same. He's APC leader.
So what do you think is holding the presidency back from taking a peep into that document.
Fantastic. What is holding the president back, in my own little way, is that the prejudices some people have, and I think I've heard that the president himself, I've heard him cite the example that what Nigeria needs is federalism, because he cited the example, according to a friend who he discussed with, that Las Vegas is an empty land because of federalism, because people decided to harness their resources. It was turned to something else. I'm telling you, Nigerians are being chained by the present system. If you allow federalism, if you allow self-government, people will be freed. My second home is Scotland. Increasingly, as Scotland is being given power by the center, because Scotland is better compared to the rest. Please, the president has to realize that all his agenda will come to nothing if he doesn't go to the bottom, the heart of the matter. The heart of the matter is that constitutional reforms are what is necessary. You need to return Nigeria back to federalism, self-government. What helped Ahmadu Bello to transform the North and helped Awolowo to transform the West.
Retired Colonel Tony Nyiam, security consultant, we thank you for your time today on the program.